of inventory that's just sitting around and you're looking to make some fast flips, then this video is for you. I'm going to be covering 30 of the fastest selling brands in 2025 to help put more money in your pocket and do it faster.
Hey there, my name is Lee Meyer. I'm the founder of Listing to Freedom and the EmpoweredReseller.com, and I'm on a mission to help 1,000 resellers make $100,000 in the next 12 months.
If you're new here, my name is Lee Meyer. I've made over $100,000 as a part-time reseller flipping used goods on sites like eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And now I'm on a mission to help at least 1,000 resellers hit that $100,000 mark. I want to help you get there in the next 12 months and in your spare time. So to help you out, I've got some free gifts for you that you'll find down here in the description below this video. You're going to find my brands list where I give you all of the brands that have led me to that $100,000 mark and beyond. And you're also going to find my $100,000 reseller challenge. This is a free 5-day challenge you are not going to want to miss out on. In this free challenge, you're going to discover the number one thing that keeps most resellers back from making more money. You're going to learn the very best things to be selling right now, and you're going to get clear on how to reach $100,000 over the next 12 months and do it in your spare time. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with some of the quickest brands to be flipping this year. All right, we are ready to roll. I've got 30 brands pulled up here for you that are selling fast. Now, these are all based off of research. That's where you want to make sourcing decisions, is not just off of emotion, but off of actual data. And there's multiple ways to be able to look up sell-through rates. I'm going to be doing a video on that soon, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel to get that notification when that video comes out. The research that I'm going to be sharing with you in this video for the sell-through rates, I have done using eBay's research tool, formerly called Terapeak. And these are going to be fast brands, whether you're selling on eBay, Mercari, Depop, Poshmark, wherever that is. And so the first brand that I have for you, by the way, everything that I'm going to be showing you today is in pre-owned condition, and the numbers that I'm going to be sharing with you as far as sell-through rates are also for pre-owned condition as well. And I've given some general numbers for these sell-through rates. I've rounded them a little bit because it doesn't really matter if it's 61% or 60%. It just means that it's a good brand and it sells fast. And so before we get started, I do want to mention that there are some other YouTubers who claim that certain brands have a 500% sell-through rate or 1,000% sell-through rate. There's not a whole lot of those out there. And I'm not exactly sure how they're doing their calcs, because that's not what I get in Terapeak. Of course, wherever you're doing your research, the numbers are going to be a little bit different, and it's going to depend on the time frame that you're looking at as well. With that out of the way, the first brand that I have for you is a women's brand called Resell, and they make a variety of different types of clothing. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the different types of clothing that they make, but they're all selling for pretty good prices. And the sell-through rate on this brand is right around 30%, which is on the lower end for this video and what I'm going to be covering. But women's brands in general typically have a little bit longer longer time to sell, lower sell-through rate to them. And then that is what that Resell brand tag looks like. The next brand I've got for you is called Trip NYC. And this is a brand that surfaced right around that 90s Y2K era, and it's still around today. And the items are selling for a fair amount of money. For example, we've got a dress there for $100, a pair of pants there for $64. And some of their more popular items are their pants, particularly wide leg pants. They're selling for $100+. We got a pair there for $139. Got a interesting maxi skirt, faux leather. That one did sell for $200 in used condition. And if you come across this brand, the sell-through rate on it is around 30%. And that is what that tag looks like there. By the way, they do make items for both men and women. This next brand is Howler Brothers, and this is a men's brand. The sell-through rate on this one is right around 40% across all of their different items. They do make a variety of different items. You're seeing that hat there, coats, polo shirts, button-ups, hoodies. So the variety of different items for men with a pretty decent sale price, as well as a sell-through rate. And then that is what that Howler Brothers tag looks like. The next brand is a really good all-around brand, and they make a huge variety of different types of items. everything from shoes to bags to coats to uniform pants to hats, pretty much everything that you can think of they make, and it is, as the name suggests, a tactical wear company. And so I got a pair of boots there for 30, jacket for 30, so pretty decent prices on this brand all around. And the sell-through rate on this across all the different items ranges from about 20% to 40%, depending on what it is that you're looking at and who it's for, if it's for men or women. And then that is what that tag here looks like. They're not all printed on like this, but if you see that plus sign, that is 511 Tactical. The next brand is Affliction. And for these men's t-shirts, these are super popular and they're one of the better sell-through rates when it comes to men's clothes. This is averaging for the sell-through rate somewhere between 30 and 40% for these types of t-shirts, and they're selling for right around that $30 mark, some for a little bit more depending on the design and the size. For example, right here, that's sold for $55, and that is a 2XL. So those bigger sizes will typically sell for more. We got another one here that's a little bit more rare pattern. That one sold for over $70. And again, the sell-through rate for these Affliction t-shirts is right around 30 to 40%. And there is what that tag looks like. The next brand is On Running Shoes. And this has become really, really popular. This is one of the fastest selling brands when it comes to shoes. By the way, shoes are one of the fastest sellers when it comes to clothing overall. And this brand sells on average, it has a sell-through rate right around 75 to 85% for both men and women. And they're really good prices, even in pre-owned condition. For example, a pair there that sold for $76, another pair there for close to $70. And then that is what that symbol looks like for the On Running Shoes. That is going to be on the sides of all of their shoes. Next brand is a really interesting brand that's called Smathers and Branson, and they make needle point belts, wallets, hats. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on what I mean by needlepoint. You'll be able to see a little bit closer. So this is a little bit more rare find. And because of that, these do sell really fast. And the sell-through rate on this one is right around 60%. So you can see that's the back side of the belt. It is stamped into the leather there. And then I'll see if I can get a little bit more close up zoom for that so you can see what that needlepoint looks like that I'm talking about. So again, belt, hats, wallets, that sort of thing. The next brand is Buck Mason. This is a men's brand, and this one has a sell-through rate of around 50%. Again, one of the highest when it comes to men's brands, and they make a variety of items that are selling for really pretty good amounts. So $145, got a sweater over here for $60, but some pretty good prices for this brand, and pretty, casual items is what they make. And then this is what the tag looks like. It is that black and white, pretty basic looking tag. And next brand is Portland Leather. You're going to notice as I'm going through these brands, I do have several bags in this list, which I do clump in there under the clothing category because it is an accessory. And they are easy enough to ship, just like clothes are. The bags are one of the fastest selling items, and there can be a lot of money in bags, and they don't have to be designer bags. They don't have to be luxury bags. This is a really good example. This is Portland Leather. Of course, as the name would suggest, they are known for their leather goods. I see some other, I didn't filter this down too well, but I see some other items popping in here. But what they make are primarily bags and then wallets, and they're going to be stamped on the outside with the name Portland Leather or with this little fir tree. So I'm going to zoom in and you can hopefully see that little fir tree. Some of their purses do just have that fir tree. This brand has a sell-through rate of right around 70%. If you're enjoying this video, then you're going to want to check out big money brands. This is how people like Tara are getting a leg up on their competition and being able to spot brands that sell for big money. It includes done for you research, including sell-through rates and average sale price of nearly 800 brands. And you even get all of the tag photos so you know exactly what to look for. The next brand here that I've got for you is a men's brand called Psycho Bunny. This one has a sell-through rate of 40%. These shirts are selling right around that $20 to $40 mark for most of these. And then if you have not seen the Psycho Bunny tag, that is what it looks like there. That crazy bunny, I think that's why they named it that. Next brand is Jinko Jeans. This one has a sell-through rate of 70%. I think this is one of the fastest selling jeans brands out there right now. And there is so big money. There is some big money in this. Hundreds of dollars that we're talking about for these jeans. You're seeing $270 there, another one there where a best offer was accepted. I will link up here to a video where you can learn how to see how much items sold for when a best offer was accepted. We got a pair here, $1,075 for those jeans. You can barely make out right there. It's embroidered Jinko under that crown, and that is their logo. The tags, every tag is going to look a little bit different inside of the jeans because they did change them constantly. So they're not all going to look the same, but something like that. And then again, this one has a sell-through rate right around 70%. The next brand is a brand that is called Relwin, and they make some really heavy duty items. And the prices like account for that quality. They're really high quality, thick items. They got a jacket there for $140. Another jacket here for $150 or $105. Their pants are really pretty good to come across, and they're shorts. So that probably sold somewhere around $30 just for that pair of shorts. And then the tag on this one is really interesting because it has this sparrow, and I'm trying to zoom in close enough. Hopefully you can see that, but it is stitched on there. And so that is a little bit unique when it comes to that tag. And this brand has a sell-through rate right around 40%. This next one is Hoka One One. This is another really fast selling brand when it comes to shoes. The sell-through rate is right around 60 to 70% for both their men's and women's shoes, and some pretty good prices on this one. This brand is trending and it is so hot right now. We got a pair here for 60, another pair for 50. And again, these are all in used condition of what you're seeing. A pair there for $63. And that is what that symbol looks like. It'll say Hoka pretty obviously on the side of the shoe. Next brand I've got for you is a hat brand called Melon. And hats are another item that can sell really fast and for some pretty decent amounts of money, considering how much you can probably pick them up for at thrift stores and garage sales. And this particular brand, Melon, this one has a sell-through rate right around 65%. And they do primarily make just baseball style caps. And then let me go ahead and show you what that tag looks like there. So it looks like that, kind of like a bridge, or at least that's my engineering background coming out. I'm not sure. Next brand is Fall Robin. I'm never quite sure how to say this one. This is a really good brand when it comes to bags, as well as all of their clothes. They're probably most known for their bags, their little backpacks. You may have seen those around, but their clothing items do sell equally as well. And across all items for this brand, the sell-through rate is right around 30% for their bags as well as their clothes. And then that is what that looks like with that fox. Beware that the bags, there's a lot of duplicates out there that are not real, that are not authentic. So just keep your eye out for that. Next brand is a brand, and this is a very specialty item. This is just one example of this type of specialty item. There are many brands that cater to this, and this is called Latched Mama for nursing mothers. And with this, the sell-through rate on these items is right around 30 to 35%. And these are selling for right around $20 to $40, depending on what it is that the item is. Again, if you come across any other nursing wear items, that can be another really fast item to flip. And then there is what that Latched Mama tag looks like. Next brand is another really good all-around brand. I did for this video just narrow in on jeans because jeans are one of the best sellers for this brand. And this is Ariat. And for their jeans, for both men's and women's jeans, they're running right around 55 to 65% for the sell-through rate. And there's some pretty, fairly stable prices, good bread and butter brand to be aware of, right around that $30 to $50 mark. And then the tags do vary, but it'll look something like that. It says pretty clearly what the name of the brand is. Next brand is a women's brand by the name of Flax. If you haven't seen this before, this is what the tag looks like. So pretty just bold letters there that says Flax. Ironically, they are not necessarily made out of flax. They do make a lot of their items out of other materials like linen, which is pretty similar. And they're selling for around that $30 to $35 mark. The sell-through rate on this one is one on the lower end, just because with women's brands, it can tend to be a little bit saturated. And the sell-through rate on that one is about 25%. Next one is Rock Revival. Now with this one, you want to be careful because it's specifically the men's brands that sell faster. And this is on average, this is kind of, generalized. So there's going to be exceptions to the rules. But for the men's items from Rock Revival, their jeans, they're selling, the sell-through rate on that is 60%. But for women, it's 30%. So just be aware of that. If you have the choice between the two, men's is the obvious choice, and some decent prices on these right around, $70, $60, $80 for what these are selling for. And then if you haven't seen that Rock Revival tag, that's what it looks like there. Next is a brand that is called Aviator Nation. And this one has a sell-through rate right around 40%. They do have a lot of hoodies, t-shirts, sweatpants, that kind of thing. And there's several different tag variations out there. You can see the prices that these are selling for, $40 to $80 for most of their items. Jackets are going to be a little bit more. This was a collaboration with Levi's that went for $350 there. I got a couple examples here for tags for you. So that's one example. And then another example is this one, and this is probably the more common tag that you'll see out there. And this one has a sell-through rate of around 40%. This next brand is an activewear brand called Vuori that is up and coming on the rise. The sell-through rate for this one is right around 50%. They do make items for both men and women, everything activewear related, pants, shorts, hoodies, shirts. And then when you're looking for this brand, it's going to be pretty easy to spot because it has this long tag that is on the inside with the name there at the top. There's also usually a V on the outside of the item. This one is actually a little bit worn off here at the pocket, so you can kind of make it out there. There should be a V there that you'll see on the outside, and that's the fastest way to spot that one. Next is a jean brand by the name of Imogene and Willie. This is another one where the men's items sell a lot faster than the women's items. And so the sell-through rate with this one for men is around 70%. Women, it's around 25 to 30%. And the jeans are selling for, we got a pair here for 80, another pair there for 50. So some decent prices on these, as well as their sweatshirts, aren't too bad either. And then this is what that Imogene and Willie tag looks like. By the way, inside of my big money brand guides for the jeans, for the shoes, I do have all of the research done for you for the average sold price as well as the sell-through rate. So this is Imogene and Willie you're getting a sneak peek at. And I do have that data split up so you can see the difference between the two, because there is a noticeable difference in a lot of the brands between how well and how much the items sell for, whether it's for men or for women. The next brand is a fishing brand that is called Sims. These have a sell-through rate right around 40%. They make button-ups, shirts, pants, jackets, anything geared around fishing and the outdoors. And then this is what that Sims fishing tag looks like right there for you. The next brand is another bag brand, and this one is by the name of Ameribag. Now beware that they do some collaborations with LL Bean, so you will see that on the tag for those items, and those can be a pretty good demand. The other thing that's in demand with these are their leather bags. But overall for this bag brand, these have a sell-through rate right around 50%. And then this is what it'll say on the outside of the bag. It'll say Ameribag just like that in that sort of weird font. This next one is a brand called Outlier. And this one has a sell-through rate right around that 50%. And the prices on these are pretty good. So the pants here, $90, a pair of shorts there that went for $60. Another pair of pants there for $75, a sweater for $80. They do have some wool blends or 100% wool. This one, 100% wool, that one sold for $70. Another pair of pants there went for $129. So some good prices on these. And then this is what that Outlier tag looks like. Now, not all of their tags do have Outlier spelled out. Some of them just do have that O with the swan. So beware of that. If you see that, that is the Outlier brand. And sell-through rate right around 50%. Next brand is Farm Rio, and this is a women's brand. This one has a sell-through rate around 20%. Again, women's brands tend to take a little bit longer to sell. They have a little bit lower sell-through rate, but this brand has a really good price on it. So even if you have to sit on it for a little bit longer, it's going to be worth it. They've also done some collaborations with Adidas. So the jacket here, jacket there. Those will say Adidas on the tags, but otherwise the tags mostly will look like this. Where there's that thread, you can kind of make that out. Behind that cutout, there's thread behind that cutout, and that is Farm Rio. This next brand is another shoe brand. Again, shoes are one of the fastest sellers. This one has a sell-through rate right around 50%. This is a brand called Haflinger, and they're best known for their wool felted slippers, just like the styles that you're seeing right here. And they're selling for around that $50 to $70 mark. In new condition, they run right around $200. Some of them a little bit less, like those aren't quite so much. So those are going to sell for a little bit less. Got another couple here right around that $60 mark. And then this is what the inside looks like, where you're going to see that brand name here. It does have a horse head. Let me see if I can get zoomed in on this a little bit better. So it does have a horse head here. And I'm told from a lovely viewer that that is a breed of horses in Germany. This is a German brand, and 50% sell-through rate on that one. This next brand that I've got for you is another bag brand. And this is one of my favorites to come across because there is a really good market for these. And it's called Timbuk2. And they make these messenger style bags. And a lot of them do have this color blocking design on them. You can see they're selling for, $60 to $70 for that. And then as far as what you're going to look for on the bag, it does have the brand name there, just like that. And then the other way to be able to spot this is with that little curly whirlwind like thing. And then the next brand is with that Timbuk2, the sell-through rate on it is right around 40 to 50%. This next one is another hat brand. Hats are, again, they're something that can sell really fast. And this particular brand has a sell-through rate right around 60 to 70%. The prices on them aren't too high, but for that sell-through rate, it's going to be a pretty fast flip for you. And then this is what the inside of that hat looks like. It'll say right there, Tilly hat, and then Tilly on there. Next brand I've got is a shoe brand, another shoe brand. This is a boot brand. And this one has a sell-through rate right around 55 to 60%. And these are selling for some pretty good amounts. These are handmade leather boots. And so they're going to sell for, $100 to $200 in most of these cases. Got a pair here that went for $300. And then this is what you're looking for on these boots. To identify them, it's going to say on the inside there as well as on the outside. And I've got that. Let me see if I can zoom in on that for you there. So right there on the bottom is where it's going to say that.